You're tuning in to Stellar Cycles, hosted by Alina Souza and Eva Brown. Join us weekly as we delve into the science, spirituality, and cultural significance of our feminine cycles. Get ready to align with your natural rhythms, take charge of your patterns, and embrace a holistic approach to feminine wellness. Are all systems go?
All systems are go.
This is quite the setup. First of all, welcome back to Stellar Cycles, the podcast where we explore the power of cycle syncing and the secrets behind the feminine universe. We're your hosts. I'm Alina.
And I'm Eva.
Today we're diving into the captivating world of nutrition during the ovulation phase. So join us as we share some laughs and discuss practical tips for nourishing your body at this essential stage. I'm just going to say it took a lot for us to be here. We had a whole lot more things to set up, and nothing, of course, without the help of our amazing producer, Joyous. We're so glad that she's here. Eva, as always, give us the updates for this week.
Gosh, so many. But I am really pumped that we're in the middle of doing a video session. This is our first one. It took us a long time to get here.
A lot of trial and error.
Shout out to Jasmine for leading us to Joyous, and Joyous being a loyal listener. For my updates, start with what phase I'm in, and this is going to be my menstrual cycle. Actually, today's probably my last day. It was a breeze, way better than last time.
Nice. We love improvement from the previous
and
month.
Like all of our holistic friends tell us, the holistic doctors, they say that your period really should not affect you at all. It should come so easily, no cramps even. And this period, I had very minor cramps in the morning time when I woke up. I bled medium for 2 days, and then the rest was spotting. The only difference was I was craving chocolate like a maniac. That's always normal, actually. And I do have 2 period pimples on my chin. Do you get those?
Yeah.
I always.
It's the chin. It's always the chin.
Which leaves me at my next update, back to skincare. Last week, we were talking about how my skin has changed since the new skincare product that I'm using. And as true as that is, I was thinking about it later on, and I wanted to let you guys know that there's a lot of other work that did go into even getting me to this point of letting skincare do the final job. The first job was me eating a lot better. And if you guys have been following me or been my friend for a while, you know I have a balanced diet of good food that's for my soul and healthy food. And I'm always okay with knowing that I will break out if I indulge in junk food. And it's just the cost you pay.
It is. And sometimes it's a swallowable cost for the food that you get to enjoy.
It's not worth it. The other things that I've done have been, as you guys know, acupuncture, facials. I think every woman, we were talking about this earlier, should do a facial once a month just to clear all the makeup out. I think that's
just washing your skin, as good of a face wash, as good as an exfoliation routine as you have, it doesn't get quite into the pores like a real professional facial that will like flush everything out. Totally.
If you don't have access to that, then doing things like glycolic acid over your face, like they have pads that will help minimize the pores and pull out some junk, doing that once a week. What else? Things like washing my face 2 to 3 times after wearing makeup. I put an ice cube over my face sometimes if I want to have it be tighter and more flawless looking. Gua sha and facial massages help with the lymphatic drainage. So there's a lot of things that got me there, not just the skincare.
And of course, your Korean skincare has only been supporting your good skin journey. That's the thing. Yeah.
For me, exactly. It's good. It's amazing. Good support. Yeah. And then the few things that I want to wrap up with too is I'm reading this great book. It's called The 8 Powerful Steps to Manifesting by Mandy Morris. She sums up how our emotions, our aura, our chakra points, it's heavily based on God and following God's word, as well as aligning your body with and your actions in day-to-day life that help you manifest. And I think our listeners would really enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, God feeds the birds, but he doesn't throw worms into the nest. So you gotta work with him in order to attain those desires.
Yes, and really learn how to lean back, trust him, trust the process. I definitely think you guys will enjoy that. And then the last update I had for you guys, let's see. My focus has been watching my words very carefully, especially reading that book. It's something that I always try to practice. I have noticed lately in the past few months, my speech hasn't been as clean as I want it to be with what I'm trying to manifest for myself. So I might say things like, oh, I broke out on my period, of course. And I don't want to add those words. I don't want to claim anything. I'm being very particular with, even more so, as you guys know, I don't gossip. I don't engage in any sort of negativity. But we all slip up, right? So I'm just watching it even more.
The mindfulness is everything.
See where we're at in 3 months with me watching my words.
Yeah, I think both you and I are kind of on that right now, where it's like, of course, you need to talk about the things that are bothering you. If they are, you do need to work out problems with people. But again, like you said, the wording around it is so important, because we don't want to call things into our life. Words are so powerful. And the reason that God, writes in scripture that we should always seek to love first, and we should seek spiritual gifts so that we can be vessels for God's words to flow through us. And when we're talking about things that we don't want happening or discussing other people in a negative light, then we're not using God's words.
Even judging TV, like if you're watching TV and you want to say, oh, I can't believe she would do that, or let him do that to her, or anything, those types of statements, we have to be so careful, because spelling is that word for a reason. It really is. You're crafting spells with your words. Speaking less is always the move. I've been saying this for 3 years. I used to be a talkative, chatty Cathy. Not anymore. I'm speaking less and less these days.
Yeah, totally. And another example is just people will literally curse with the same mouth that they use to praise God or to try to call in blessings. And it's like, both salty water and fresh water cannot flow from the same spring. So in the same way, like if you're going to be glorifying God, you can't be using that mouth to, be nasty.
And of course, it's all a practice.
It's never going to be perfect.
Try your best. And honestly, we're going to fail a million times. Like, I am super far from perfect. It's just every day I'm just trying to be a little bit better,
Yeah, that's self-awareness is everything.
What about your updates?
Oh, well, allow me to crack open this egg of ovulation. Oh, okay. It worked. It's all good.
I love that you're saving that for a good moment.
Yeah, it's a little recess, not sponsored.
Not yet.
Adaptogenic sparkling water. Yeah, coconut lime.
Recess, we're coming for you.
Yes.
They taste so good. The hibiscus flavor. I love them both the same, actually. They're tasty.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, my updates. So I'm currently in my follicular phase. I just came out of my menstrual phase, and I can also say that this one surprised me. I was really ready to be like writhing on the floor with cramps, but I was very, very pleasantly shocked that I didn't even need to take a painkiller this time. And I was just kind of, you get those little aches where it's like, oh, it's clear that I'm on my period, but nothing at all like what I was suffering through before. And I just see that as my monthly report card, that it showed me that all of the actions and all of the things I've been doing for my body this time around really worked. So that's a good thing. And yeah, I've just been kind of carving out a little bit more of a schedule, just having a little bit more ideas of what, like, where to take the career path. Yeah, just enjoying the follicular phase. I think I'm really, really starting to notice the differences in each phase and really working with them and, looking at the light side, looking at the shadow side, being a little bit more aware. And yeah, it just feels great. The weather in San Diego is popping. It's springtime again here for a little while. And yeah, I've just been vibing. Yeah, those are my updates. I don't have that much, but
yeah. I've also noticed the subtleties in our phases. And by far, luteal is the worst for me. Menstrual, I'm okay. I'm socializing. I don't feel drained. I wasn't tired, overly tired. Luteal, though, takes me out. I'm ghosting everyone for 3 weeks. Is that the same for you?
Yes, it's like I definitely get extra emotional about things and a lot more so sensitive. So I definitely have to like watch it and not be around people who don't understand that vibe. And then also, again, we always control like what we do, not what anybody else do or how they react, but just knowing that, okay, in the luteal phase, focus on the priorities. Don't really resent yourself for doing all of these things that you really know you're not supposed to be doing or being out and about. But I feel like I can definitely hang with you in my luteal phase and it's fine.
Great.
Yeah.
I think we do good with all phases. We have to. Now, especially.
Yeah, it's not an excuse.
The good and the bad. Gotta work through it.
Don't I know it, girl?
We're going to test out a shorter episode with you guys today, especially since we are on our ovulatory nutritional spiel, and you guys have gotten a ton of good wealth in the previous episodes. So let's see if we can get this one done in 30 minutes and let us know
we'll see
how you like it, if you like the shorter format.
Right. So we'll definitely, chop it up for you guys a little bit more because we've been harping on kind of the same points through the other episodes and it's kind of all the same. So it's very repetitive. Yeah.
Everything this builds on top of each other.
And repeats. Yeah. So, Eva, why is it important to have the proper nutrition specifically during the ovulatory phase?
Well, I think I'm going to have more questions for you even about this, because I would assume that in our follicular phase, it's even more important for us to eat so healthy to prepare for the egg to be as healthy as possible, right? And then in the ovulation phase, us eating healthy in the proper nutrition, is that helping protect the egg and draw in the sperm better or give it a better environment for the sperm to attach?
Yes. So definitely that, because any sort of extra mucus or anything in the pelvis, it can definitely lead to fertility problems because the sperm can't get through it as quickly to get to the egg because now it has a lot of stickiness to move through. So definitely that. And then also...
Make it less potent? So if it did infiltrate, it's the word I've liked to use before.
Oof, I mean, I don't know. These are all definitely questions for like a fertility doctor. Okay, yeah. But I think the whole point of the nutrition during the ovulation phase, and sometimes people count the ovulation phase as a full week, but some are like, that's just 3 or 4 days surrounding your ovulation. I think the whole point is to support that healthy release of the egg and also support the hormones, because depending on the ratios, you can have really great follicular stimulating hormone in that follicular phase where it's feeding the eggs. But then if you don't have enough luteinizing hormone for whatever reason, it won't actually make you ovulate one of those ready eggs. So then you kind of missed your chance for that month if you are trying to get pregnant.
Now, does nutrition really matter then in the beginning of the ovulatory phase? If I were to eat more, let's say, what stimulates the luteinizing hormone?
So fats, healthy fats. So that's why we talk about avocados.
In the beginning.
Yes.
Amplifying my chances of my egg dropping.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Guys, it's amazing how quickly hacking your body is literally to the day, like within hours, right?
Right.
Something and you see the benefits maybe in your mental health, right? You guys, a good example would be caffeine, and then you get energized.
Or anxious.
Fats, right?
Yeah.
Yes, or anxious. And in this example, you eat healthy fats, and hours later, you could be lubricating your body enough to drop that egg.
Yes, lubricating is the point, for sure. Again, we want to steer away from anything that creates excess mucus in the body. So all of the foods that we're going to be talking about, a lot of them are actually alkalizing foods. So because a lot of the foods that are typically in the American diet will turn your body acidic, and that creates mucus. But the alkaline foods are really going to help break all of that up, prevent you from getting things like fibroids or just anything that's stagnant in the body, right? We always want to keep things moving. And just to touch base again on the hormonal changes that occur during ovulation, we always encourage you guys to look at our little hormonal roller coaster graphic on Instagram. I think that's a pretty good visual representation. But here in this phase, the estrogen, which is made by the ovaries, peaks, and it helps that luteinizing hormone release the egg from the ovary. These hormones play a really vital role in ovulation, and understanding the fluctuations here can really help us make better food choices. For example, because the estrogen is going to be higher now than it was in the follicular phase, you're not going to be eating as heavy carbs as you were in the follicular phase, because now you don't want that excess estrogen to stick around as much. You just want it to do its job and keep it moving.
Do you think this would be a great time to do cleanses? Probably. I could assume, because a juice cleanse, spinach, things that are very light.
Exactly.
cucumbers, watermelon
Juices, yeah.
to hydrate you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, again, you want to make sure you're getting all your nutrients, because sometimes people will just sit on these juice cleanses and that's all they have all day. And that's malnourishment, you know?
Maybe not a cleanse, just drinking the juices to hydrate.
Or keep the fiber in there for the estrogen metabolism. So if you don't strain it, you can just drink it like a smoothie, and then you're getting all of the benefits and the prebiotics from the peels and the skins and all that good stuff.
Peels is where the nutrition's always at.
Right? Yeah, you just got to get that wax off of them first.
Right. And you know what to do with that, right? You just put it into a bowl 15 minutes.
Vinegar. Yeah, I definitely try to do my curry. Oh, bud. Can you get situated? All right. Yeah, so as we talked before, in our menstrual foods phase and follicular foods phase, we are obviously always going to focus on the food energetics, micronutrients, and estrogen metabolism. And we're just going to show you guys some examples of food choices that can support your body's hormonal balance at this specific time, keeping things fun and interesting along the way.
So let's dive into the specific foods that you can fuel yourself with during your ovulation phase. Like always, we're going to cover various foods here, like proteins, vegan proteins, nuts and grains, your veggies and fruits. Let's start off with proteins.
So we're still kind of eating, again, the same things that we were eating in the follicular phase, like chicken, poultry, different sorts of fish, you know, the healthy sorts of fats. And again, they also provide essential amino acids and really help balance the hormones. Kind of like the avocados, these healthy proteins and fats, because it is kind of like fish is, you would say it's like a protein and a fat, wouldn't you? So it's all going to keep things nice and lubricated. The omega-3s are really going to help with estrogen. Some examples of animal proteins during the ovulatory phase that are going to be really good for you will be things like chicken breast, turkey, salmon, and sardines. And for our vegan girls, what are they going to be eating?
That's going to be lentils, chickpeas, tempeh, tofu, and edamame. I love edamame.
I love edamame.
Gary loves edamame.
Wait, I didn't even know edamame was protein. I thought it was like a vegetable. No, because it's a bean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's what they make pea protein out of.
Okay.
Maybe. And then also you guys want to make sure to hit your protein markers so you can balance out your guys' amino acids, and this will help balance your hormones, especially.
I can't believe I missed this in my update, but I did have a call with my parsley health coach, and the one thing that she had to say to me was that she really wants to see me having protein with each meal.
Oh, so important.
Yes. So
you didn't already do that?
No, because like at lunch, I don't really feel like eating meat. Does that make sense? So I'll have a mostly vegetarian lunch, but she's like, okay, if you want to meet these certain goals and, you know, get stronger and like gain some weight, then you have to implement protein at every single.
Would you throw an egg in there, like a hard-boiled egg?
I'm not a hard-boiled egg fan. That's the problem. So I'm really into like a good chicken sausage, no preservatives, nothing like that. Just heat it up on the skillet, okay, in little rounds. I'm like a child when it comes to.
I'm trying to think of the ingredients because I always throw in things for, like, pumpkin seeds has protein, spirulina, but also flaxseed, not flaxseed, chia seed?
Yes, chia seeds have protein. Hemp seeds.
Hemp seeds.
Yeah.
I love throwing that in.
So good.
Please get 9 grams there.
And in my bone broth, there's 20 grams of protein.
Bone broth is my favorite.
So good.
My go-to. Because you know me, I'm always just trying to figure out how to stack the protein. So it's either a protein shake, because I don't really take time to eat all the time. So protein shake, that's 20 grams.
Get some collagen in there too.
Yeah, I could drink all of my food. If I could just do that, I'd be so happy.
Same.
I love beverages.
Same.
My favorite. So guys, nuts and grains. So whole grains are an excellent source of fiber and essential nutrients. They also help maintain a stable blood sugar level, which can be beneficial during your ovulatory phase. So the things you want to eat here are going to be almonds, walnuts, quinoa, brown rice, and
yes.
Now, personally, I have heard on the health
in the health world
that whole grain bread and those types of things aren't great for you. Now, of course, there's always contradictions.
Always.
I'm now leaning more towards sourdough.
Yes, because that's going to be good for your gut. And whole grain, it sounds nice, but like sourdough is so good. It's so good. And here's another contradicting thing that I recently found. We've all always thought that brown rice is the healthier choice, right? Recently, I found out that it's white rice that's better because brown rice has a coating on it and it retains more pesticides and the chemicals and stuff like that. So brown rice literally creates more inflammation in your body. But again, for everyone, it's different. If you find that brown rice doesn't affect you this way, go for it. If, you know, at the end of the day, it's what serves you best.
You boo-boo. What works for you? Just do that.
Yeah.
Really listen to your body here.
I was just going to move on to vegetables. Yeah. When we think about the ovulatory phase as the summer of your cycle, we want to think about summery vegetables. The veggies that we pick during the ovulatory phase, they're going to be packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that really support this estrogen to testosterone to luteinizing hormone balance and just overall health during your ovulation. Again, the whole point is to create that healthy egg. Whether or not you're trying to get pregnant, ovulation is kind of like the Super Bowl of your cycle. So if you're having a healthy ovulation, you're having a healthy period, and so on and so forth. Examples of veggies for your ovulatory phase will be leafy greens like kale and spinach, and cruciferous veggies, so broccoli, cauliflower. I think asparagus was on there too. That's a good one for your ovulatory phase. And just like really colorful options. Think summer, so bell peppers, carrots, eggplant, escarole. I don't even know what that is, but I keep hearing it.
Oh, we should try it.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, so just think all the colors of the rainbow. In follicular phase, we were focusing more on liver supporting greens, like microgreens, things that really help your body detox. Yeah.
While we're here, I kind of just want to give them some examples now.
Yeah.
And we're going to jump into the meal plan.
Yes. While you're thinking of it, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, vegetables, especially with this, I go ham on this. So I love just cutting up the bell peppers. As you guys know, I go for ease and I put them in a container and eat them throughout the day for lunch because a lot of times I'm just going in the kitchen to literally put something in my stomach. I'm not really good about, as Alina and I always tell you, we're not good about like actually feeding ourselves. We could go all day.
All day, yeah.
But I know I have to. I know this is what will make me feel good for the day. And literally, guys, I have felt so much better now that I prioritize my nutrition. Work is a lot better. It's so much easier. And also things are more aligned when you're taking care of yourself first. So yeah, for easy things, prepping my vegetables ahead of time. Carrots as well. I'll just go in and chop them up. I'll eat that with hummus. I'll sprinkle pumpkin seeds on there, flax seeds. So I'll do a lot of things with one snack to hit a ton of nutrient markers in one sitting or one snacking. And hopefully that helps you guys.
No, I think that's really great. And I think we were talking a little bit earlier today after I told you, I was like, oh, I feel so much better after having had a meal today. I didn't even know that that's what my body was missing. But it's like, yeah, you really regain your stability and you're just able to keep the train going and do things for real.
Yeah, I don't really experience burnout anymore. And compared to now, I'm working a lot more. And the type of work that I'm doing, the type of meetings I'm doing is like, it takes a lot of brain power and a lot of multitasking and talking between many people. So I'm shocked that I don't get burned out anymore. Yeah. And it really is because of the nutrition. Moving into
fruits. Yeah.
You're going to be looking at eating coconut, fig, strawberries, raspberries, apricots, cantaloupe, and guava.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites. I like to put this in my smoothie.
Okay. Do you work around the seeds?
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that? Or just blend up?
I've heard they're great for you.
Okay.
And it's not my favorite, but yeah, I just throw them back like I imagine they're vitamins.
I'm thinking back to when I used to work in a colonoscopy office. Since we're always talking about the gut, the one thing that they would always say that like never makes it out of your intestines is seeds.
What do you mean?
Like when they go in and they scope you.
Because they say you can eat a whole apple.
I just mean things like chia seeds, all these things that we've been taught. Because like, I don't think that the gut can actually break them down. But again, do your own research because this is what actual doctors in a colonoscopy office that I used to work at told me.
You know what? And like that, that's why I always say there's multiple truths in the world. Multiple truths can coexist at each time.
And belief plays a huge part of it too. If you believe those seeds are doing something for you, they are.
And also know too, even when doctors give information, I'm sure it is true to the studies that they have, because you guys have seen it. You can look up sugar studies. And if Coca-Cola wanted to prove that sugar was healthy, guys, best believe that there are studies out there that show that sugar is actually good for you.
Yeah, it all depends on who's funding the study. Yeah, and who has the best interest for it. A lot of these ovulatory fruits, like fig, persimmon, a lot of these are more seasonal. So if you can't get your hands on them, obviously we live in Southern California. We're so blessed to have all of this amazing produce year round, but not all of our listeners have access to that. So a lot of the times you can find good canned apricots, or maybe dried dehydrated figs are also full of nutrients too. So you really kind of have to get such a good snack. Yeah, a good amount of, I'm sure, like fiber and magnesium, all of those things.
It's easy to add coconut to your meals, either your oatmeal or a salad, an acai bowl. You guys can do the coconut flakes. Well, I really love to have, I always have coconut milk in the can in my house, and I will even use it for whipped cream. I'll put it in the refrigerator. They stay in the fridge. And if I want whipped cream for my strawberries or dessert, I'll whip it up, and it makes the best whipped cream. It's literally just coconut.
It's like it's such a good, healthy milk alternative, like real coconut milk. Nuts and seeds that are we already talked a little bit about like almonds, pecans, but of course flax seeds are always going to be great pretty much throughout most of your cycle. I'm seeing menstrual phase, you want to keep that flax seed up. You want to do it during your follicular, and then pumpkin seeds and more flax seeds and pistachios. Yeah, and they kind of look like eggs too. Isn't that interesting?
So
and almonds are like egg shaped, and nature is so cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna make so many great graphics one day.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
Oh, speaking of, we are looking for someone to create. Can I share?
Totally. Promote this, yes.
We're looking for somebody, one of our stellar fans, to make memes with us. Relatable content. You guys can apply by just sending us an example. Create something maybe in Canva, send it over to our email or through a DM, and we'd love to work with you. We will, of course, give you guys the credit,
a little monetary reward,
a little perk, and then more perks to come in the future. So please let us know. We'd love to work with you.
We need an in-house meme operator, you guys, okay? New job title posted. We're hiring.
Okay, ad is over. Back to the episode.
Yeah, so just to kind of wrap up the list for you guys, and download our grocery guide if you haven't already, but herbs and extras. So there's going to be certain herbs too, because herbs are so potent and so powerful to help support our bodily processes. Things like dandelion root, burdock root, and turmeric are really going to help at this time. Turmeric is really good for decreasing inflammation. Dandelion root and burdock root are both very good detoxifying herbs. And things like extras, dark chocolate, of course, we never say no to that. That's just your body's way. Like when you were craving chocolate, you need that magnesium, that feel-good vibe. And maca. So what do you know about maca?
Yeah, I've been taking it probably for 10 years now.
Okay.
But whenever I don't want to be pregnant, I am not taking it.
Yes, because it has been shown that it will really affect your fertility in the good way if you are wanting to get pregnant. So yeah, opening the door to other blessings for now. But maca, when you are in your phases, and you guys know this if you've been cycle tracking, but you also know when you're not as high of a propensity to get pregnant. So maca can really work for you in those stages because it's a really good energy booster. Like it kind of makes you a little wired. And I hear it's good for the womanly parts too.
Oh, right. It helps. Doesn't it help increase estrogen?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Kimchi and sauerkraut and pickled veggies. As I love.
Just to keep that gut microbiome healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And the things I wanted to note here are to keep it simple. If you guys don't have some of this stuff, start with what you do have is a big message I'm always telling myself. So, for example, if you just have turmeric in your cabinet, then make a turmeric tea latte. It could be half milk, half water, whatever milk you want.
Coconut milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Perfect.
We're going to add a graphic for you guys, the ovulation drink.
Oh, yeah. Should we make a little ovulation mocktail or something? Let's do that.
So this one would be a turmeric and coconut milk latte, which they taste so good. I will mix that up for myself at home. And it's just really easy. Use the turmeric powder you already have in your house. Add some honey or date syrup. Call it a day.
Ooh, that's all you need. I've been using the date. You got me on date syrup years ago.
The nutritional value, guys, on date syrup is like 1,000% more potent than my
Yeah, and you're still sweetening up whatever it is that you're sweetening up, and like a really good
on my salmon.
On salmon? Oh, like a glaze?
Anything that's for honey. Yeah, anything to substitute honey.
Okay, yum. By incorporating all of these nutrient-dense foods that we listed in your ovulatory phase, you'll be better equipped to support your body's hormonal balance and then also like support the release of that mature egg if it's time. Just remember, it's all about finding what works best for you, what makes you feel best and feel healthy throughout this time. Sometimes sticking and adhering to a really strict program or something like that will really take the joy out of it for you. So just remember to keep joy in it and also, you know, take care of your health. We are just going to share some meal ideas to help you guys have some applicable steps and tips for the ovulation phase. So we'll just walk you through a sample days menu and then share some of our own experiences and what sort of meals we do during this phase. I'm already thinking of one. And by the end of this segment, you guys will feel confident and inspired to create delicious hormone-supporting meals for yourself.
Great. Let's start with breakfast.
Yeah.
Option 1.
Go for it.
Greek yogurt. Mixed berries, some chia seeds, and a drizzle of honey or date syrup. And this meal is really good because you hit all the markers. You have your protein, antioxidants, and your healthy fats. And I'd like to add is the other option is doing a chia pudding breakfast with berries.
Yeah, chia pudding is so fire.
Option number 2, you guys can have a green smoothie with spinach, avocado, almond milk, and a scoop of protein powder.
Yes.
Or plant-based protein powder, of course. And this option provides essential nutrients and a boost of energy to start your day.
You know, I've been actually adding my protein powder to my fruit smoothies, but the Parsley health coach says that she wants me to actually add sweet potato puree or like a baked sweet potato into my smoothie for actual carbs because your body goes through the fruit carbs really fast. So she's like, I want you to try the sweet potato puree, and I think I'm gonna do that. Or like because you know I love sweet potato anything. I will eat it every meal of the day. Yeah. For lunch, we'll give you guys some ideas here. So poultry is still really good during this phase. So like a grilled chicken salad with mixed greens, cherry tomatoes, cucumber, and a light vinaigrette. You know what I love is a Chinese chicken salad. So fire. So good. And this meal, of course, is packed with proteins, with fresh veggies, helping support that hormonal balance and that perfect ratio. And another idea that you could do for lunch is like a quinoa and roasted veggie bowl topped with some hummus and like a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. Yum, that sounds so bomb. This is, of course, a more plant-based option. And, you know, you just want to make sure you're getting your proteins in the way that your body takes it. If you are vegan, vegetarian, get that through the hummus, through other sources of grains that contain edamame even could go in this bowl.
Some things I want to add to this segment are edamame. Yes, especially if you're trying to hit more protein because maybe you're in your gym era and you want to build some muscle, add in the edamame or extra seeds that will help boost up the protein. But I wanted to add here with your salads is just to make sure to try to buy organic when it comes to your mixed greens because those are on the dirty dozen list. Those are the ones with the most pesticides on there. So get organic with that. You guys can buy a big bag, and in order to make that last longer, I don't know if you guys ever have that problem where your greens go wilty before you get to them. What I like to do is put a paper towel in the bag
to soak up the humidity. Yeah.
Yes, all my leafy greens have been lasting even 2 weeks. They stay so crisp and fresh.
That's an awesome hack. Definitely try that out if you find that your greens are getting wet and, like molding way before their time. I would say something that I've been doing for lunch on the ovulatory phase is I will make a sushi roll at home.
Oh,
So good because, there's the cream cheese, there's the salmon, the avocado, all of the things, the nori, and it's just so fire. Rice. I've tried to make a brown rice roll, and girl, when I tell you it falls apart.
When you did the rice, did you have to add in a vinegar to make it stick together?
I always do. Yeah. I can't even do like sushi rice without rice vinegar because I also like the taste too. Any ideas for snacks?
Yeah. Apples are always a go-to. And of course, just go the extra mile. I know sometimes I'm just speeding through the day. So like you guys always know, I just throw carrots, bell peppers in my mouth. I'm like eating a carrot while I'm typing. But take the time to cut it up, add some almond butter on that, or maybe even some cinnamon.
Cinnamon is a constant cycle favorite. Like at any stage, cinnamon is good.
I love food.
I'm getting hungry talking about this.
For me too. Healthy fats, and you get a kick of your natural sugars. And of course, another snack favorite is going to be mixed nuts. So almonds, walnuts, cashews. This will all help you get a boost of energy throughout the day, and it's rich in protein.
And stabilizes your blood sugar. So if you are feeling a little overwhelmed, a little over in your head, it's really as simple as sometimes having a spoonful of nut butter, and that'll stabilize you.
That is something we've been incorporating in our life. A new rule that we've been seeing has been, if we're getting a little weird, getting a little funky, if we're just feeling off, we go to the kitchen.
Put something in your mouth. Make sure it's good for you.
What about dinner?
Baked salmon with a side of steamed broccoli and brown rice. So we're still steaming and kind of preparing our foods in a little bit of a lighter style during this phase because your body doesn't need like the heavy stews or roasts quite yet. So, baked salmon with a little bit of rice and broccoli. And so this meal will give you those omega-3 fatty acids. And another one for the vegetarian vegan option is lentil and vegetable stir fry with tofu. Served over some really healthy noodles, whether that's glass noodles or whole grain noodles.
I know we're not doing stews during the ovulation phase, but
a light soup.
Even if you guys were to mess up and mix up all of the food at the different times, it's just great if you're just eating these elements into your diet. So I was going to say, even the stew's not the time for ovulation. I love making a lentil stew in the crock pot. It's a big time saver. You guys from me are going to get a lot of time saving options, by the way, if you haven't already noticed.
We already know that this is a lot, so anytime that you can make it easier, definitely go for it.
By implementing these meal ideas and tips during your ovulation phase, you will be well on your way to supporting your body's hormonal balance and overall well-being. Remember, it's about finding what works best for you and enjoying the process along the way.
Yeah. Again, just be happy and be healthy. That's really all it comes down to. If you find that trying to stick to a very rigorous health program is taking away your happiness and your joy and giving you more stress, hey, sometimes that's worse on your body than eating junk food.
A little bit at a time.
As always, if you guys found this episode helpful, we really encourage you to download our free grocery guide. That'll help you when you go to the grocery store and you are looking to see, what do I buy this week? Well, you can always check where you're at in your cycle and then have a little bit of a narrower field of things to pick from. And again, don't overwhelm yourselves and check out more recipes on our Instagram page. We've been posting more of like the foods that we're making, depending on which phase we're at. Share this episode with a friend or a family member or girlfriend that you think will really enjoy it, will find something valuable in it. Help us spread the word about the power of cycle syncing and getting our hormones in check so that they can best work for us.
If you guys have something else you have in mind that you'd like to have from us, like let's say free download, what would that be?
Yeah.
Let us know so we can create it for you.
Totally. Yeah, we're just literally waiting for feedback to create more for you guys and taper this podcast down to what this audience really needs. And yeah. Thanks
for being here with us, guys. Thank you for sharing with your friends. We really appreciate it. We're all going to elevate together, all women.
Yes.
For each other.
Yes.
And Joyous, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Our lovely producer. Well, spaceship out. This show is intended for inspiration and entertainment and is not meant to replace your physician's medical advice.
Music by Moon Blue. Content by Alina and Eva. Produced by Joyous Heron.
You can find more on our Instagram at Stellar Cycles Pod.
Thanks for joining us on this stellar journey. See you next time.